Since the end of the Cold War, the United States and the Republic of Georgia have developed a solid partnership dedicated to the promotion of peace and stability in the Caucasus region. In 2002, in an effort to help Georgia provide better internal security and promote a more secure region, U.S. European Command undertook the task of developing and running the Georgia Train and Equip Program, or GTEP. The goal of GTEP was to enhance the capability of selected Georgian military units to provide security and stability to the citizens of Georgia and the region. The program was a flexible time-phased training initiative that built upon the existing strong military-to-military relationship between the United States and Georgia. Further, the program underscored the importance the United States places on Georgia's sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity. During GTEP's 4 major phases, EUCOM's aim was to train a strong and capable national military staff and then create 4 competent light infantry battalions and 1 mechanized infantry company. U.S. Special Operations Command Europe, or SOCEUR, was selected to execute the mission, and in April 2002, the training team arrived in Tbilisi, Georgia, to begin the first phase of the program and set the stage for training. Included in the team were logistics, contracting, and communications personnel. Phase 1 was complete once the base of operations was established, and all trainers and support personnel were in place in Georgia. The second phase began in May 2002 and consisted of staff and organizational training of the Georgian Ministry of Defense and Land Forces Command. In addition, Georgian border guards and other security agencies were integrated into the training in order to facilitate interagency cooperation and interoperability. Training was conducted in a classroom setting with small groups. The phase lasted approximately 70 days and consisted of practical exercises and performance-oriented training similar to things taught at American military training institutions. Subject areas included national strategic overview, planning, the military decision-making process, and roles of the commander and staff in battle. The third phase, unit-level tactical training, began immediately after the staff training and consisted of 5 sub-phases. The objective of this phase was for selected Georgian units to become proficient in the tactics, techniques, and procedures of combined arms operations. The units lived and trained in a field environment for approximately 100 days and learned basic individual skills such as land navigation, combat lifesaver, and communication procedures. Georgian soldiers also were versed in individual combat skills such as marksmanship, individual movement, crew-served weapons, and squad, platoon, and company-level tactics. A great deal of emphasis was placed on human rights. In addition to the training, units were fully equipped by the U.S. and other donor nations. Individual soldiers were issued 2 complete uniforms, 2 pairs of boots, 782 gear, a tent and sleeping bag, helmet, and a personal weapon. In addition, participating units received a full communications setup, several vehicles, a mobile field kitchen, and crew-served weapons. During the training, special emphasis was placed on gear accountability and maintenance. Unit training started with the 400-man Georgian Commando Battalion. The specific goal for this unit was for the battalion to be able to execute company-level daylight attacks, nighttime defensive operations, platoon raids, and basic air mobile tasks. SOCEUR's trainers succeeded in this task. Graduation for this first GTEP battalion was held on December 15, 2002. Following the Commando Battalion graduation, SOCEUR handed the remainder of the training mission over to U.S. Marine Corps Forces Europe. The Marines began training Georgia's 16th Mountain Battalion in February 2003. Considered an unusual mission for the Marines to undertake, GTEP was the type of mission Marines used to be known for. Following a program similar to that of the Commando Battalion, the Marines aimed specifically at training the battalion to conduct daylight company-level attacks, night defense, long-range patrols, raids, and checkpoint operations. Other training emphasized mountaineering. The Mountain Battalion was followed by the 11th Motorized Rifle Brigade's Light Infantry Battalion in the spring, and then the Georgian Special Forces Battalion. In addition to the infantry skills taught in the previous sub-phases, Special Forces soldiers were trained in planning and execution of reconnaissance, raids, and advanced urban combat operations. The final unit to undergo training was a mechanized armor company from the 11th Motorized Brigade. Specialized training for this force emphasized maneuver, fire support, and convoy security. Graduation for this unit, as well as a closing ceremony for the entire program, was held in April 2004. All GTEP-trained units, as well as U.S. commanders, attended the celebration. The program was a great success on several levels. U.S. soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and civilians contributed to the education, training, and professional development of more than 3,000 Georgian troops and staff. The USN Georgia achieved the goal of creating 4 light infantry battalions and 1 mechanized company, proficient and ready to face challenges and threats. We strengthened the bond and working relationship between our militaries. Through these battalions, Georgia now has a professional, well-equipped army, one that understands the importance of preserving human rights and the need for civilian authority over the military in a democratic society. We have dealt a serious blow to terrorism in the Caucasus and the world. But this was only the beginning. U.S. forces continue to train alongside Georgian troops and assist in their further development under a number of continuing theater engagement events, such as the Sustainment Security Operations Program that builds upon the initial training received by the 4 battalions and 1 company. And GTEP stands as a model for a host of train and equip programs throughout the EUCOM area of responsibility, most notably the Trans-Sahara Counterterrorism Initiative. TSCTI is a State Department-sponsored program designed to stem the flow of illicit materials and criminals through the sub-Saharan region in West Africa. Special Forces personnel and Marines have trained select companies in Mali, Mauritania, Chad, and Niger to counter the terror threat and provide better security. The achievements of the Georgia Train and Equip program will have a significant impact on the European and African theaters for years to come. GTEP has paved the way for future engagement events and training programs and underscored the United States' commitment to peace, security, and stability throughout the world.